Well, let's go, folks. It's time for the picks and bans to see if Eager can hold hands to victory here against Team Hapi. Guys, what are you looking for first here out of Eager?
I think most importantly for Eager, I mean, they already know that Team Hapi, they're a team that can play pretty much anything. China seems to have the unexpected meta in which you never really know what they're going to pick and where they're going to flex
like
it
chalk
at.
support, you know?
Yeah, I'd like chalk support with Bluestone and Sprint, you know? Some things just need to happen. But for Eager, I think that they're mostly just going to stick to what they've been accustomed to, and that's worked for them the best, in that they're just going to come out with a lot of invade and early aggression.
Yeah, we're going to see a big matchup in the solo lane between Devios and see if he can basically dominate that role. I think that it's been a weakness of Team Hapi of seeing a kind of underleveled support, underleveled solo lane in most games. And
yeah.
I think that's a crucial role there.
It's really interesting, actually, when you think about it, because, I mean, we talked about it yesterday where they had, like, the, you know, Chrono solo with the teleport and everything like that. And it seems like that's not really a playstyle that Devios is familiar with, so it might provide him with a slight advantage. But at the same time, Devios is somebody who likes to get up in your face, and he might take that kind of inexperience from Team Hapi and abuse it a bit and use his early rotations and everything on those buff invades in particular that Eager are pretty much accustomed to and known for.
One thing I do want to mention here too with those bans, you notice that they really did target Blue Whale there too. They took away the Mercury, they took away the Rat, which means essentially it is limited options. There's still some good options, but Mercury is like one of his comfort picks. It's been banned pretty much every time.
Yeah, and one thing that I find interesting though is that Eager was actually okay with leaving the Terra open, and they went immediately for that Sylvanas pick. So it's kind of like compensating for the healing. So they're definitely going to be looking for these more drawn out team fights if they're going to go for the healing compensation. And pairing that with the Zeus, the knockup from Sylvanas' ultimate along with Zeus' ultimate could be pretty deadly.
Yeah, there's a lot of burst damage coming out of that. It's very hard to avoid the Zeus damage once you're knocked up, as you can't use your Sanctuary while you're in the air. So it's a really nice combination as we see Team Hapi picking up the Humbats, which will probably be going into the jungle, but you never know with these guys.
You never know with China at all.
The Chak and the Terra.
I mean, Chak could be making a comeback. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Terra opting for the solo lane role and just putting that Chak back into the support that they
But surely Eager sniffed
with.
that out though, like if they're ready for it. I mean, that was a pretty unconventional strategy last time around.
Yeah, but I mean, like they said, anything could happen realistically with Hapi's draft right now. But I mean, Eager, true into the book, they're just going to stick to what they know. Jingwei, Sylvanas, Zeus, those are some pretty conventional NA picks.
This is very conventional from Team Eager. Jingwei, one of the most powerful hunters in the game right now. I mean, I'm expecting the Terra mid. I don't know how it will go, but I'm seeing some hints here from the Terra mid. Maybe.
A little bit of spice coming out.
Sometimes you just got to throw in the paprika and cayenne pepper.
I can completely understand that. And one thing I'm kind of hoping to see out of Eager, you can see that they haven't selected anything yet for Pernicus. I wouldn't be surprised to see him opt for that Bastet that he's really familiar with and accustomed to, because I think that it could actually be quite effective against the Humbats and Terra combination they have going in case they just want to lock somebody down or just disorient Hapi's team in the sense that it's really hard to deal with a split pushing meta that Eager does tend to introduce into games, and it can cause a lot of chaos on the map, which would be really devastating for Hapi.
Yeah, and it's something that Hapi may have never even faced before, so if they do pull out that Bastet teleport strategy, Hapi, like you said, could be very disorientated, and it could actually give Eager a very secure win. But we do know DJ Pernicus is a super talented player, so we could see him pick up anything potentially, really.
Yeah, you can see they try to take away a little bit more of his comfort style, taking away the Ratataskor and the Fenrir. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come out with something new.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Pern is one of those players where I think a lot of people, I'm not so much anymore, but he used to be a bit undervalued as a player due to how the regular season went for Eager. But at the same time, I feel like he's strong enough mechanically to where he can synergize pretty much anything with the best. And you could just see China sticking true to what they are good at, and that is
loving the picks
completely unknown. Yeah, you don't really know what to ever expect from China, but I mean, you just know that they're going to be really strong with it.
Oh,
and
wow.
the Chang'e.
This
could be a flex pick. This could actually Chang'e jungle, Camazot solo. That's what I'm thinking right now immediately as soon as I see those two picks.
The Pernicus pulling out the Chang'e, jungle in ranked games, and
Pern
I've seen him
loves it.
going 0-10, 0-13, but he pulls out the victories.
You
It
know,
does work.
One thing I got to take note of here, I was actually scouring Reddit yesterday, and a lot of people were talking about how they're so happy to see diversity in the selection of gods. And I mean, I think that right there is kind of just like a testament to that altogether. That is some awesome stuff. Okay, so China got a little bit of what they want. Eager, you know, with Hapi got a little bit of what they want. China feels a little comfortable. North America feels pretty comfortable with their picks, and also then some. How do we see this going here, guys?
I would have to give it to Eager just because I love seeing Pern on that Chang'e jungle.
This is a best of 3, by the way. So
Yeah, I'm giving first game to Eager though.
okay, first game to Eager.
Team Happy Hype Train, let's go.
Team Happy Hype Train. All right, this is it, guys. Who's going to come out on top for game number 1 in this best of 3 first matchup of the day here at the 2017 SMITE World Championships? Casters, over to you.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. And we have an exciting matchup. Habwa, Chak, Kamazats, and what is this, Chang'e Jungle?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I think Suntouch mentioned, that Pern has been playing at the very least in ranked for quite some time. And we're going to see the first competitive Chang'e Jungle. I mean, this god is barely ever played in competitive, but if there was one team to be able to pull it out, I think it's Eager, because you notice they've kind of gone away from the traditional style. They are a true team. You see them move around the map. Everything is calculated from this team, and I think they're going to be able to make it work. They have a great team fight, especially near mid camps in small jungle corridors. You have the Gust from Jingwei, Kamazats with a ton of ranged poke. If everyone lines up there, we know what Waxing Moon can do. Multiple people get stunned for up to 5 seconds if he hits all 5.
Yeah, and Pernicus is a really good player. He's the one that Theory Crest on that team. He goes into casual games, he goes in with his coach, and they're the ones that actually, you know, bring in and say, look, let's try this jungle route. We might see some, you know, crazy level stuff, advanced stuff, and yeah.
You know, when it comes down to it, we see this Chang'e, the support jungle out of DJ is not a surprise. Going back to Guan Yu and some of these other choices, DJ has never really been that hard carry jungle 100% of the time, so I'm really excited to see how he uses this.
And here's the invade, but look at this. No Wrath on the side of Hapi right now. I mean, Eager should be able to pick this up for free. You can see that Divios on that Kamazats does have this picked up, but Eager are a little bit unsure of actually committing to this, despite the fact that they do have the secured buff kill.
I think they just wanted the pressure in the jungle and just force them back
Oh,
to
this
lane.
is bad, yeah.
And as you can see, DJ Pernicus has a sprint instead of any hogs or beads.
Habwa, nowhere to go already.
Level 2, does he have that?
Chased out.
Oh, no. Got to shield it first, but this is what's really rough. Right-hand side, there's 3 members of Hapi. They just 3-way split that wave. They're all level 1 right now. They're so far behind. Habwa's been pushed out in the mid, and this is just going to allow Best and Aurora to rotate over and look for these guys in the jungle.
And it's just, they're just going to keep up this pressure. No reason for Eager to even think about leaving, because Hapi, they just can't take any of these fights.
Yeah, and what they want to do is keep the Chang'e with the pressure. They want to get her ahead, and they want to keep her with Divios as much as possible against this Terra and Chak. Chak can hold the lane against the Kamazats.
Yeah, but at this point, I mean, still, look at this. Another 3-way split of wave. Level 1 right now. Hapi's doing a pretty poor job of responding to what Eager's doing, and Juan is going to rotate. He's level 3 right now, but he needs to wait for the rest of his team to engage on this.
And the sprint will be a big deal. DJ Pernick is going to get out of there because of it. You see, one of the things that I like about this Chang'e is that Eager would have had to have left earlier.
Oh, great pull coming out, and that's going to be trouble for Tantorski. Jump forward right now by the Hunbots. So many players low, and it's going to be the detonate from Best for first blood.
And there's the second enemy roar. Eager still hitting the gas title, number 3.
Trouble for Blue Whale. He's going to fall. Juan, the last alive. 4 kills for Eager, under 2 minutes. And
That's
Eager starting off strong, number 1 seed in North America.
That's how you start a game. Very simple.
DVOs, everyone got a kill aside from Zapman. Zapman's, he's not that good anyway, so never mind.
And EJ is in trouble as well. One more time, Divio's going to jump on top. Chalk runs away, but this is trouble.
And you can see he didn't want to teleport to his hammer, but Divios is just going to chase him down here. Divios should pick this up. Best going to steal away the kill. 5th for Eager right now. They're up 3,000 gold at 2.5 minutes, and this is, I think a lot of it has to come down to Hapi not being able to respond fast enough to what Eager was doing.
Well, they just gave Best 2 kills as well, and Best is already level 5. 2, 0, and 3. That's a good scoreline for Zeus. Zeus wants to be ahead. He wants to be the one that has the big detonate damage.
And the one thing too is on the other side of that, Juan on this Habois, you can't really play Habois from behind. And now it's going to be really hard because you look at kind of the comp that Eager has drafted, and there's a lot of very close, big AoE damage.
Yeah, and Humbats is level 2, and he's still behind. He's so far behind compared to DJ Pernicus. Pernicus is already level 5, 1, 0, and 3.
That's going to be a problem because Humbats relies on that ultimate. Without it, he's not really going to be able to do much.
Santorsk level 3. Yeah, I mean, no one's level 5 right now on the side of Hapi outside of the Artemis, and if you're Eager right now, all you're going to do is continuously invade. You have the timers on the speed. You can see the red, you know, just getting picked up on the left-hand side there for Juan. He is level 5 here, but it's going to be so hard for Hapi to fight until that Hunbats hits level 5. They do have a decent amount of control when you look at the Hunbats and the Habois combination. If you can get a good knock-up and a Fear No Evil, force them into the tower if Eager's going a little bit too aggressive in that mid lane.
Yeah, and I think this is the difference between the Chinese meta and the North American Eager meta.
Uh-oh. Forced out the ultimate from Habois as a reaction to that. And when you're playing Habois, that is just the absolute worst. The ultimate is your big bang shot. And if you're going to be forced to use that defensively, you're just not going to be effective.
Did Depp steal one of those? I think he might have got one of those. And it's just continuous, you know, unfortunate circumstances right now for Hapi. I mean, we're 4 minutes in. It's 5-0, almost a 3K gold lead. And it's a jungle Chang'e who has not been pressured in the slightest. You can see all the damage numbers right now for Eager. Just over 1,200 this early on is actually incredibly high.
And that was going to be my question, Kevin, is this jungle Chang'e is interesting, and Hapi can't deal with Eager in general. Now, is the Chang'e actually doing anything here, or is it Eager just overpowering Hapi regardless of pick?
It doesn't matter. The Chang'e hasn't been a factor right now. She actually is very good at level 1. Obviously, Crescent Moon, you know, very low cooldown, does a decent amount of damage, big AoE, and so in these 3v3 invade styles like we saw, it is very easy to get damage off. You also get the bonus movement speed when typically other players, you know, they're not starting off on boot. So it is very useful in level 1 fights, but he could have been playing anything at this point.
Yeah, and I think what was key when Eager got 4 kills is that the whole team just grouped up of Hapi, and they just took way too much damage.
Look at
Zap going in.
That man goes into 3 players with the ultimate, but there's the comeback.
And that was actually a great Fear No Evil, but the trouble is, everyone's so far ahead. DJ Pernicus finds Santorski. Habois almost kills that man, and Juan answers back. 1 kill for Hapi, but it's gonna be Eager rolling through this team fight.
Aurora had a fantastic pull right there to bring the player right back in, bringing Eager up to 7 kills.
Juan, look at him. Best doesn't know from the side. 2 kills for Juan.
Fantastic play by Hapi, heads up awareness. DJ in trouble. Blue Whale gonna slow
has no
down.
mana.
That's another one. 3 for Hapi.
Juan is gonna get picked up eventually. 3 for 3. That's okay if we can see Hapi start to farm up on the map right now. You can see they're gonna be able to pick up mid camps right now. Does need to be careful though. Divios around that corner. Doesn't have his ultimate, and Chalk's just gonna rotate over Fighting Jay, making sure Divios doesn't chase down Blue Whale.
Yeah, and DJ Pernicus got picked up by Blue Whale. DJ Pernicus had no mana there. Blue Whale did a great jump into the slow, which allowed him to get the kill.
Juan doing a great job in that team fight overall, though, on that Habois. You know, you just saw him kind of almost get ignored. I almost felt like Eager thought he was dead at one point. Zap got isolated in those mid camps. Juan was able to ult him, hit him with the water cannon too, and then Best just not even aware. And at that point, Zapman probably called that Habois has almost no mana and no health and assumed he had actually gotten out of the fight.
Yeah, and they had no wards on that side of the map, so they didn't know the Hebo was just waiting on the side for the Best.
And when it comes down to it, a Habois that's behind, you get hit by a water cannon, you hit by another one, you can kind of ignore that. But then all of a sudden another knock-up, another water cannon, another knock-up, and that's really where it gets disruptive, when Hebo's able to consistently cast over and over again.
Zapman just gonna ult away there. Good rotation from Blue Whale just to put some pressure on, mostly relieve Maker. Obviously level 9 right now. This actually isn't the worst position. You know, we saw it was a very one-sided affair, 3K gold lead, but
yeah.
the 2 players right now for Hapi that are keeping up in levels are the Artemis and the Hebo.
Yeah, and we've done this ourselves. We played Terra, Artemis, and the Humbats combo, which allows Artemis just to get farm and late game have the potential.
Trouble for Best. He didn't notice again the rotation. Juan finds his third. Trouble for Blue Whale. Dene not going to do enough damage. Aurora does make it back into the tower. Pull just off the mark, but again, Best not aware of that rotation. Blue Whale going to jump forward, but DJ waiting for him with the Waxing Moon. And the rotation from Santoris could spell trouble for him as well. Divio's looking for the last hit. He does manage to actually get under tower, and a two-man crushing Earth. Here comes Fighting Jay.
The heals out of DJ are so important, keeping him and his teammates alive. DJ trying to exit on the right-hand side. Fighting Jay can't find the hit, dodging and weaving, but Fighting Jay finally gets it. That man answers back, taking down Evo.
Maker pulled into the gust, and now he's body blocked by Divios. He is gonna fall. Aurora makes it out alive. Fighting Jay not gonna be able to stop these two. Divios just healing up a little bit, and you know, again, it looked like Hapi was starting to come back into it. Again, like you mentioned, Football, those lack of wards really allowing Juan to get that kill on Best early.
Yeah, but however, the Hebo was walking down from the top side of the map, and he did no damage, and he just took way too much as well from Divios.
You know, the Chang'e pick is really interesting. I'm really liking to watch it because I keep going back to Guan Yu DJ Pernicus.
Yep.
And I see so many similarities. She's obviously a battle mage, Best in trouble, Fear No Evil is good, couple of crits, not enough, but there's help from Juan, and Blue Whale gets the kill.
This is really sloppy from Eager. Again, no, I mean, they had the wards, but, I mean, was that ward just placed, or has that been there?
Where was Aurora and Pernicus there?
Or why was Best pushed up without them at the very least?
That was a classic Zeus death that we're not used to seeing Best suffer.
Best of all people, or Eager of all people. So if I'm on the other side of this, you know, all the teams not playing that are playing later, I'm very happy with how Eager's performing, because Eager, it looks a little bit sloppy. It almost feels like they kind of got baited into this chaos style that China likes to play, and they're kind of not used to it. Normally, they're the ones running the show when it comes to looking for jungle invades, pressuring, looking to have this chess match style.
One thing we also didn't mention is the Terra and Chang'e. Chang'e can reduce Terra's healing as well. Maybe that was why Eager gave Terra away?
I mean, it's a possibility, but I really think they were kind of focused around like mid-Harpy fights. Again, like that Chain Lightning from Zeus, the Gust, like they're very good in those small corridors.
I think Football's up to something though, because when it comes down to it, Eager has set time and time again situations where the unbeatable strategy of the meta is something that they look specifically to overcome.
Yeah, well, when they make strats, it's always counter picks and it's always a counter play. That's how Eager play.
They don't like playing the meta. They like finding what beats the meta. Zapman, just out of range of the Fear No Evil. Blue Whale by himself does need to be careful. Support coming around, Crushing Earth does stun out Zapman, but it looks like Eager trying to turn this around. DJ taking so much damage though. He gets picked off by Juan. Juan's gonna fall, but I almost thought he was gonna have the best there too.
You just can't do that with a Hebo around. You see, he's caught up fully, and I love the itemization as well. Bancroft, cheap and easy. Oh, I'm behind, I still need that damage. Pick it up, now he's got 4 kills, even in experience with the Best, and now you gotta watch out.
And that's one of the things too, you know, this Hotwall can't ignore all the damage that's gonna come, right? There's just too much AoE and free poke that he's gonna take, and that Bancroft is gonna get so much use.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Hebo. Even if you're behind, you still have the crazy damage. It's Hebo. He basically has 3 ultimates. And even though if he was behind, aside from Best getting picked early on now, he would have been easy to kill. However, he still has the damage.
Oh, Goldfear gonna be started up, and Maker spots it out. And Eager just drops it immediately. They don't they don't even want to play. They just tried to sneak that.
Better safe than sorry. You know, another time, yesterday we saw Apollo pick up the shell yesterday on Hapi, and we thought it was maybe because of some of the interesting stuff that Shock Support was doing, but we see it again on the Artemis. Why do we love the shell on the Hunter?
I think when you 1v1 and you have the lifesteal as well, it gives you a chance to have a longer 1v1 fight. And with that protection, early game, you don't even get pen.
This is brilliant right now. Goldfear going to get picked up Eager. Nice try by Maker there, but that was actually enabled by Divios pressuring the speed buff, and he did actually steal that away. And you saw Hapi, you know, they noticed the pressure coming out. They fully rotated over. Free Goldfury with the teleport through.
Yeah, those are the types of playbook strategies that we're used to seeing come out of Team Eager.
I'm just like, every time I see Aurora hugging a wall, I know he's like there for the wave, but he's really looking for a pull.
Oh, absolutely. Aurora is always waiting to be that highlight real player.
Yeah, and I also didn't mention that Devios has Vanguard, which allows him in the solo lane early game. He could have dealt with those check axes, which he would have been throwing every few seconds.
And the Bluestone too, reducing that damage. I mean, Vanguard's just so good overall. Juan has been the problem for Eager, and they're just going to force his ult. And I actually like this style from Eager because Juan has been getting a lot of kills when Eager didn't actually expect him coming through. We saw twice rotating from the top side of the mid camps to pick up Best, and now you really see them trying to deal with him.
Fighting Jay from around the backside, you deal some damage, but Devios is really going to be the one that's stuck. No big deal. No big deal at all.
Terra ult was burned, so only one ult used right now for Hapi in this defense. And both teams do have sustain, obviously the Chang'e versus the Terra, but the Chang'e is also enhanced by the Sylvanas, so Eager do have a decent amount of siege, but they don't really have the best free poke. Zap, gonna be fine. Maker pressuring him, and you can see Blue Whale just waiting. Zap knows this is going on, though. You can see Blue Whale did rotate straight on top of a ward, and Blue Whale needs something, so just grabbing these boars in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, 5,000 gold deficit at 14 minutes. Definitely not where you want to be if you're China or Team Hapi, rather. So DJ Pernicus here, shading over on the right-hand side, fighting Jay by himself.
So the problem is with the check is that he's not done anything, to be honest. He got one kill and he got picked up twice, but he's not done anything in this game. He has the Mystical Mail as well.
Yeah, what's going on with the because I mean, Mystical Mail obviously used to be very meta in Soul Lanes, but ever since the price increase and kind of the stats getting reduced, we haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, and he...
Oh! Get soloed, Zap, man. Welcome to Worlds, buddy.
I told you, that man's not the best, Kappa.
That man got soloed by China. That's an interesting one.
In his first game at Worlds.
Yeah, first game at Worlds. Welcome to Worlds.
I think Panda Cat would be happy about this one. The ultimate sold.
Yep, there you go.
And right now, I mean, Hapi, they're not in the best spot because, you know, they've been able to keep up mostly because of this Hob wall, but he's had a lot of trouble farming. He was able to get a lot of kills early and stay even because of that, not because he was being very efficient around the map and making sure to split camps with his jungler. Best again caught in the mid and just gonna take some poke. Someone's got to put a ward there for Eager at this point.
Yeah, Hapi has come way too many times from the back, from the top of the map as well, and it's always the Hebo that keeps doing that.
And like you said, Kevin, Hebo has been able to get back into it because of the kills, and Eager has successfully decided to fight everywhere but mid because of that. They made a couple of mistakes earlier on, and Hebo caught up, and now they're fighting right side, left side. They don't want anything to do with Yuan.
And you can see just Eager starting, they just slowed the pace down, right? I talked about it earlier, they were kind of playing into China's chaos, and it just wasn't working out for them. They weren't, you know, paying attention despite having a heavy amount of wards. And now they're just splitting the map right now. Oh, did he go straight back? That was dangerous fighting Jay. Divioso just off the mark, looking for the final hit, and they're gonna have to spin an ultimate from Aurora to secure the kill, but the Terra Hill gonna keep him alive!
Just one tick, that's all he needed.
And here comes the Fear No Evil. Divios gets the meditation, gonna stay alive for now, jumps forward, so much healing on that Kamazotz, and that's one thing that's gonna be very hard to fight into.
Best is in trouble as well, already brought down to yellow, and Yuan.
Whoa, Best again!
In the mid lane, gets the solo kill. That man takes out Maker on the left with a little bit of help from the jungle. Meanwhile, right side, this is incredible. All three lanes are seeing action.
It's just chaos all around. Divios still managing to stay alive, hits the Screech, but can't get the last hit. And Divios and Aurora here just gonna have so much sustain between them that it's so hard for Hapi to break because they are just, they don't have penetration online yet.
Yeah, I'm really scared for Eager here. Team Hapi's late game is so great. They have the Terror, they have the Homebats ult, they have the Artemis for the late game, and they have the Hebo. Insane damage late game.
Fighting Jay here, gonna pop the meditation for his team. Ultimate's in place, Divio's gonna take to the sky, bat out of hell, looking for Fighting Jay, trying to get away, does get stunned out for now, but Divios, he's so tanky. He's got the Breastplate of Valor. Aurora finds the last hit on a Fighting Jay. And Eager still dominating, but Juan's found DJ Pernicus in his own jungle. Oh, nice little juke right there, but DJ's gonna be running out of mana. One more hit, and Juan's got his 6th.
I love the patience out of the Hebo player right there. He could have been trying to spam those abilities. Chang'e's incredibly difficult to hit, and when it comes to water spout, there's a delay. You've got to be on point. He waits for the perfect opportunity. Water spout, water cannon, he knows it's a guaranteed kill.
In the meantime, though, the thing about this kind of chaos style and the heavy invades on the right-hand side is that the Hunters are left alone for most of the game. And we saw Zapman just, even despite getting soloed, he was able to farm up successfully, level 17. While DJ Pernicus was on the left-hand side there, he just uses his passive, gets to the right-hand side of the map, and split pushes the tower.
Yeah, they got the free tower. And the thing about Artemis is she needs farm, and he has to stay in the lane. But Zapman can just rotate with the Jingwei passive, and there's nothing else to do about that.
Juan, man, this guy, he's been playing really well. I don't know if this is, do you really think, is this Juan playing really well, or is it the best just kind of not paying attention?
Well, he played the early game pretty poorly, to be honest, but he's been turning up mid and late game.
And look at this, he's actually trying to set up for a kill on Zapman, but Maker's not there right now, so just gonna get a little bit of poke and soak up the wave, and this could get dangerous if this Hebo is just kind of stealing waves from the Artemis. I mean, they're both the two hard carries that are gonna need the most farm. I know Blue Whale's behind, but as a Hun, that's all you really need is a good Fear No Evil that's gonna allow Maker and Juan to either stay alive or get free damage off onto players.
Yeah, and they just need to protect the Hebo and the Artemis late game. That's what Terra's job is. Humbats is the one that needs to engage along with Check and just keep the backline busy of Eager.
Fighting Jay over here, still trying to deal with this Kamazan solo. Divios has really made a name for himself again with this assassin.
And going for the runic shield as well, so reducing attack speed and a little bit of magical power coming out from the Hebo. And this is what Eager does really well, though. Objective control. They're going to be starting up this Gold Fury, just trying to bait, almost bait players into it right now. But I would like to see them get a kill onto either the Haba or the Artemis before they try and do that.
Yuan really going in here, but he's surrounded by Eager teammates. He doesn't know that. This is bad.
Blue Whale actually jumps over the wall there. Kill on the left-hand side. Juan going real deep. Aurora and Divios caught fighting. Jay finds the silence, but Divios finds Juan. Blue Whale around the corner. He's not going to be able to help. Fighting Jay just trying to escape right now. He's got 3 players chasing him down. He's going to be triple stacked. Detonate going to be coming through soon to secure the kill. Fighting Jay, his options are covered right now. Actually not going to teleport back. Is this Detonate going to be enough? Yeah, it is. There it is. Best finds his 5th.
I love how Blue Whale just backed. Blue Whale said, you know what, teammate, I'll see you later.
Well, there was nothing he could do there. He was already so low, and Fighting Jay was going to die from 3 of them anyway. And also, Eager needed this. This is what they needed. Hapi got picked. They got picked in left side. DJ Pernicus ganked him, and Maker had no wards there. There's nothing to do.
And you can see the wards now are kind of littered around the map for Hapi, but at this point, Gold Fury's down. They're on their back foot, so they're not even getting the effectiveness out of them. They're almost wasted gold at this point.
One more tower goes down. That's going to stretch the lead to 10,000. 20 minutes in, 18 to 10. Team Eager just handling this like they're top. Oh, the last tick or the last pixel of the waxing move.
No, Blue Whale stays alive. Zapman, though, does manage to jump forward. He did burn DJ Pernicus' ult, and if he had got out of there, that would have been an okay trade. But look at China! They go straight to the Fire Giant.
Yeah, whenever we call this, it's generally because the other team doesn't have any wards or they have no idea. QVO Fred always likes to bait, and that's what Blue Whale did as well.
And this is going to be a Fire Giant. Maker needs to avoid a little bit more damage, and that's going to be it. FG picked up for Hapi, first in this game. 21 minutes, snuck it straight out from under Eager.
Yeah, and we said Team Eager. That's what they needed when they picked Maker. But this is what Hapi needed. They needed that Fire Giant. They need to start grouping up. That's what their team needs.
Realistically, though, 11,000 behind. How much of the bleeding is the Fire Giant realistically going to stop?
Well, it gives them potential and time to just start farming. They can probably get a mid tower. They are a team fighting comp. That's what they need to do. They need to start grouping unless something happens.
Juan is by himself right now, and Zap doesn't want to let this go for free. But Water Carpet, a lot of movement speed, so they're gonna have to back off. I think Eager has realized Fire Giant's been picked up by now. Actually, no, I don't think they knew. They actually just Sentry Warded it. They had no idea, absolutely no idea. I think Zapman he had to have saw the belt around Juan and just, I don't think they would have even expected that. 21 minutes in, Hapi sneaks it with 2 players.
So do you think this is them underestimating the region from China?
I think it's a little bit of that and a little bit of not playing, because China plays such a different game style.
Yeah.
Obviously, they like to fight, but it's not the same as like the calculated invades that I think North America and Europe like to do. And so they tried to do too many things almost. And Best really, I mean, he's definitely picked it up, but his positional awareness was incredibly weak in the first 10 minutes of the game. Juan, there should be no reason that he did that 3 times, looping around the top side of the mid camps.
I think it's less about underestimating what Hapi really had to bring and more about Team Eager. Hapi played yesterday. They played a couple of times.
That's true.
Team Eager hasn't played competitively since Super Regionals. That's about a month away. So there is that little bit of warm-up time where Best is sort of wandering around the mid. Oh, okay, don't do that. And then you adjust.
Yeah, and that's true. And when we got first seed last year for Worlds, we also had the same feeling where the other team felt more, you know, warmed up, while we were like just starting to warm up, you know?
Yeah, just really, really understanding the real stage and the platform of where you're going. And now, Hapi, they had this Fire Giant for a couple of minutes, Funball. Time's running out.
Yeah, I think they're just using it to stall and, you know, get back into the game. They were like 10K behind, and they still are. But I feel like they should start grouping up. They have the chance, and they have the damage and the protections.
I agree. And the big thing here is that the Hoblaw has just finished Book of Thoth, so he's got a little bit of a power spike. You can see crit starting to be worked on for Artemis as well. Probably going into the Deathbringer, obviously has crit in her passive. She's one of the few hunters that is actually, it's DPS efficient to go Deathbringer first. If they can get that online, before this Fire Giant ends, they can definitely have a fight, but they do need to focus out probably the Best and use the ultimate from Blue Whale to CC Aurora and Divios and make sure that they're not going to be able to protect their carries.
It's going to be harder to kill the Zeus, though. He has Winged One, he has the helmet as well. So he has that movement speed, and he has HP and protections to keep himself safe from the Humbats.
That's a big thing, though, but it's a Hebo. That's right. Who needs to focus him out, I think, more than anything right now.
He also has to deal with the DVOs, and he also has to deal with DJ Pernicus looking for the ones.
Hapi's going to need a perfect engage, I think, at this point.
He's been lurking the whole time. He's going to find a beautiful stun here, too, but one is going to be immune by the choice of itemization. Nice little jump away. Hapi get the reset. Eager are fine with that.
That's oh no, Juan stayed a little bit too late. Nice back step though. Gonna use that Terra ult just to disengage, basically as a sprint. Only team fighting relic left up for Hapi right now is a single meditation, and their Fire Giant should be running out here relatively soon, so they don't want to keep up this battle too much.
That was their push. That was when Funball said that they wanted to really find that opportunity. That was the shot, but unfortunately, DJ wraparound from the left completely shut that down.
Well, DJ Pernicus ulted, and he got the Magi's Blessing onto the Terra. And what they should have done there was take the poke, retreat a bit, use the Terra heals, heal up, and then push again. That's what they need to do. They need to start sieging.
Oh, Juan caught by himself. I don't see him getting out of this one, and he's trying to look for DJ. Not gonna happen though. Gets eaten up, and Zapman just solos a Gold Fury. I mean, no wards for Hapi anywhere near there. They actually only have 1 ward on the left-hand side of the map there, up by the boars.
One small thing I want to point out about DJ fighting that Hobwa. If you take a look, he was positioned perfectly. Water Cannon has a very short melee range, and Chang'e does as well, but her ability is just a little bit longer. He stayed exactly in the spot where he can still hit, but be out of range of Water Cannon. Incredible knowledge of those 2 characters.
This is a good push from Eager right now, but here comes Blue Whale. Fear No Evil pushes them off, but the Phoenix has already been picked up, and Fighting Jay left alone by himself. The ultimates used from Hapi are just coming out at different times right now.
Yeah, I think the situation here is Hapi, they got that Fire Giant, they felt really good about themselves. They stalled a little bit too long. They played Eager's game instead of their own, which was stop, slow down. They didn't go back to the chaotic situation that they were used to, and then when they made that push, it was kind of over.
Look at this. Blue Whale's actually trying to stop them at the Fire Giant right now, just delay. You can see Maker still split pushing on the left-hand side. This is going to be a free Phoenix. Zapman is backing right now, and he does get back successfully, but it's going to be hard for him to stop this.
He's Jingwei. That passive alone just saved that Phoenix. Any other hunter, Phoenix is dead.
Oh, trouble. Oh, Maker's knocked up, and he takes the Phoenix shot as well. Does get the Terra ultimate, and Maker just trying to back out, but Zap gonna jump forward. There goes the boar. Zapman airstrikes for the kill. Maker soloed him earlier. Zapman answers back. Juan deep in the Fire Giant pit right now. But here comes the best. Chain Lightning doing so much damage, but Blue Whale from the side.
And look at this, Yuan just completely out of the fight. Can't do anything here because of how low he got brought down. Blue Whale chased up on top, and that's going to be the detonate coming out of the best.
Zapman just waiting for him around the corner right now. DJ forcing Fighting Jay out. Divios picks up Juan, and now it's getting real rough for Hapi. I mean, that was so close to being good. If that Phoenix that got picked up, if Juan had stayed alive and just been able to back off. The Artemis just finished Deathbringer, but now they've got 3 players down for at least 20 more seconds. There's a 15,000 gold lead, 20K experience, and now Eager starting to work on this right side Phoenix.
This is the push to the end. I would be very surprised if Eager retreat even when people respawn. When you take the Phoenixes, then you take the fight.
Yeah, and I still feel like Hapi should have just started grouping up. Even though they were 10K behind, they had the team fights. They have the team comp, and they just kept, you know, splitting apart.
I agree. We haven't really seen Maker a part of a single team fight. I mean, he was there to siege that mid-tier 1. It didn't go successfully, and outside of that, he's just been in the duel lane. Can we actually bring up player damage? Because I'm interested to see where he's at right now. He's actually middle of the road, close to DJ Pernicus, and you can see Juan has been a part of basically every single fight sitting at the top.
Yeah, and Artemis, even though he's in the middle, he should be at the top. This is a team fight, and he's just not been in any of them.
And when it comes down to it, Artemis, that's all she does.
Yes.
Apollo split pushes, Jingwei joins team fights across the map. Artemis, Tusky is a team fight ultimate. You go, you hit multiple people. That helps out your Habwa in the mid lane. There's so many implications in this Artemis pick. I like it. I don't dislike it, but I just don't like that they didn't use it.
And Artemis now just gonna push off that right-hand side. And now the question is, are Eager just gonna push forward on the left-hand side? I mean, they've got Fire Giant in their belt. They've got a great composition to siege with. Divios on this Kamazox, one really the only ranged poke assassin, I would say, outside of Thor.
Yeah, and we also didn't mention that Team Eager's push potential, siege potential, they have 2 healers, they have poke, they have a Jingwei, you know, increase attack speed.
What?
Fighting Jay goes in, and actually this is a full commit from Hapi. Zapman already out of the fight. Best getting chased down, and Hoppy's gonna turn their attention to the front, but they got so split up. Zapman can't find Santorsky. Maker uses his ult as well, but look at the health bars from Eager. The healing is too much for them to deal with. Juan is the only one left with his ultimate up. It's gonna be so hard for Hapi to break this. All of Eager have their ults up. Only Zapman has used his.
The healing worked out throughout the fight, and then of course the meditation helped out, and the detonate brings down Maker.
Zapman takes out Blue Whale. Fighting Jay gonna be running forward. Eager is just getting tickled at this point. Santoris gets pulled back in, knocked back up. Zapman forward, the body blocks as well. Divios is there. It's Zap with the kill. He did get soloed, but he ended up with 9 kills. And Eager gonna win their first game at the SMITE World Championships over Hapi. It is a best of 3 though, and I think after that